Auntie Derek's Daytime Tea, where we discuss the latest celebrity tea in the news. And we do it live every weekday starting at 12:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time at auntiederek.com. I'm your host, Auntie Derek, and today is Friday, August 14th. So with me on the mic, I have some fabulous co-hosts. Let me go ahead and introduce them. We're going to start with my icy chili. Hello, boo.
Hey there.
Hey there. Next, we have my gorgeous moon. Hey, gorgeous.
Hey, good morning.
Good morning, you gorgeous. Thank you. And next, we have my incomparable Libra queen. Hey, cutie.
Hey y'all.
Hey, cute stuff. And shout out to the listeners holding it down in the chat as well. Well, y'all, like I say, like always, we got us some good tea to sip. So let's go ahead and dive right in.
Tea time.
Yes. Now, the first thing we are going to talk about is the Malcolm Jamal Warner and his mom and child's mother, honey. And first of all, y'all have to see the shady language that was used in this article, honey. But they have come to a settlement. You should see where it says here, by way of TMZ, Malcolm Jamal Warner's mom reaches settlement with his daughter's guardian over money.
Guardian.
But girl, you call
Look, his mama is
Damn.
diabolical.
Just
His mother is
shade.
diabolical. You hear me?
Shade. Shade.
I didn't know she was that bad. She's bad.
Girl.
girl. That and TMZ, y'all know y'all wrong. But
Oh my God.
well, Malcolm Jamal Warner's mom, Pamela Warner, worked out a settlement with the actor's daughter's guardians over her inheriting a portion of his fortune, TMZ has learned. Pamela tells TMZ the agreement was hashed out with the guardians for Malcolm's daughter and has yet to be approved by the court. Malcolm's widow, Tanisha Warner, has not weighed in on the deal, nor does it appear she played a role, but Pamela says she remains hopeful that all parties will support the resolution. Pamela said she also wanted to address the recent saddening public statements by Malcolm's widow, Tanisha. She said, recent claims that Pamela sought to prevent her granddaughter from receiving financial support are untrue. Pamela said Malcolm was thoughtful and deliberate in his estate planning to include all his loved ones. She admits his trust was divided between her, his father, and his sister. However, she said Malcolm provided for his wife and daughter separately and apart from the trust to the tune of millions of dollars. She said Pamela has since reached a settlement with the granddaughter's representatives, which is subject to court approval. The agreement provides for Malcolm's daughter to receive the majority remainder of the trust and estate. The deal covers the daughter's college tuition and gives her a cut of the estate. Pamela said the agreement is in the child's best interest and will allow her to have a relationship with her grandmother. As TMZ first reported, Tanisha sued Pamela last month, claiming her daughter was wrongfully cut out of Malcolm's estate. So there you have it. So how they did it, so the daughter has representatives, legal representatives, and it looked like they worked it out with them and not even included Tanisha in there, but they hope that Tanisha will be okay with this resolution. Oh, go ahead, Libra Queen.
All shade attached. That mother is a nasty bitch. She is a nasty bitch. And to
Mhm.
sit there and say that, oh, he provided for his family and it's all love and it's all this and that. To be that nasty in the wake of your son's death, to disrespect his wife in that manner, you are a nasty motherfucking bitch. And high key, the only reason why you're coming up with this settlement now is one to save face, but also two to try to quote unquote maintain a relationship with your own. Oh, I don't know if it's our only grandchild, but the only child that your son that you love had. Crazy work. A
Yeah, I
nasty
think
bitch.
that's all. I think he was the only child. So yeah, that's the only grandchild.
A nasty bitch. A
Look,
nasty motherfucking
you ain't
bitch.
lying because what I got from that was like, here, damn. Since you didn't went public, here, shit.
Yeah,
Not
and she knew it
ashamed.
wasn't gonna be a good look when they had to create that GoFundMe for her when her friend did that for Tanisha.
And anybody who's back there supporting her shenanigans and saying that she's in the right is wrong as motherfucking hell. And Lord,
Did she go out for you? Is it me?
Yep. Uh-huh.
Okay.
Little money was probably calling.
Look, and And the only reason why you doing it is because she had to bring it to the public to get this thing. And so you got busted. This is you could tell she probably didn't like her from the get go. Go ahead. Go ahead.
No, you finished, Moon.
Oh no, that was it. I'm sure she didn't like the wife from get go because she probably was. She one of them mamas who, overly, you
Spouse
know.
ties their child. Yes,
Hmm.
absolutely. And I
Yeah,
pray
that
she
part.
listen. I was just in therapy talking about this with my fucking therapist. Don't a man who is a mama's boy who can't separate and have boundaries between his mama and the woman he called his wife stay far the hell away from me. Because if I marry you and I ever have to deal with a person who gave you life and you choose her, nigga, you better to go to hell, straight to hell. And people who choose women who choose to deal with that, who choose to deal with difficult in-laws, especially the mothers, or choose to be in situations like this, God bless them. Because not I said the cat. No. Uh-uh. No. Hell no. Stay the hell away from me. I don't care what the scenario is. Stay the hell away from me. She is a nasty bitch for that.
Yeah, I agree. She absolutely is. And yes, I would highly recommend not dating somebody who has a problem setting boundaries with their mothers, with a man who has problems because what could happen and what will likely happen is that you will be disrespected and he will just sit back and be passive about it. So, yeah. Go ahead, BB.
I mean, it's not just men. Look at what Candy and Mama Joyce. Todd went through hell, and I'm not a Todd apologist. Let me be clear, but Mama Joyce was a nasty, disgusting bitch. I said it, and when Mama Sharon, Todd's mom, said she was gonna whoop her ass, I was like, "Good, finally somebody saying something to her old
I was so
nasty
happy when that
ass."
happened. I was like, oh, get a girl.
But the poor thing passed away shortly after. But I understood because his mama was. I mean, Candy's mama was very nasty. I'm not putting up with anybody's spouse. I will kick your ass and your mama's ass. Don't come to me with it.
No,
Period.
and
Dot
how she
com.
treated Carmen too. Oh, I was like, oh, absolutely. I would
Oh,
never.
a mess.
I was
So
like,
I
girl,
just
you about to make me get my grandma to come beat your ass, girl. You got it really
oh
fucked
no, baby,
up.
I ain't get no grandma.
Oh,
I'm that disrespectful. I'm gonna cuss your ass out, and I will beat your ass too. Don't play with me. I just think that that's why I don't believe in that whole in law stuff. I'm not into it. That's your parents. That's not mine. You can enjoy that because people think that, especially, and it's a black community thing. We, for some reason, give our parents this reign over our lives from birth to the time we get up out of here. Baby, once I left your house, and I love my mom, but once I left your house, I'm my own person. And that's just that, So, and I hate that we do that. But, baby, you're my mother. I love you, mom, but you're not going to run my life. And I'm not going to allow you to if somebody I decide to marry, I'm not going to allow you to treat them like trash either because of you not liking them. But this is, I always say when you have a spouse, stop telling your friends and people your business because people develop their hatred because of the stuff that you tell them. So if you shut your mouth, then none of that will happen. But anyway, I just wanted to point out that it ain't always mama's boys. It's sometimes it can be just parents in general.
yeah. Yeah. Yes, yes, yes. Well, that is that on that. And this actually leads me to another conversation about because BB said it well, we have this well because we for the most part are very respecting of our elders is and to the point where a lot of times we have sat back and let them disrespect us or whatever. But it's that's a whole nother conversation. But I brought that up because I wasn't even gonna talk about this shit, but it's in the news, so let's get it out the way. But Lionel Richie and Chris Brown, right? Because y'all saw how Lionel Richie threw a little shade at his concert. And Chris responded. Y'all should see where it says here by way of TMZ. Lionel Richie, excuse me, I'm sorry. Chris Brown responds to Lionel Richie's diss. And first, I'm going to play what Lionel Richie said at his concert, and then I'll show you all Chris's
Not the
response.
light skins battling, not the old light skin versus the.
Now, and truth be told, Lionel didn't say anything wrong, but did he say it in good taste? No, it was kind of done in poor taste, and he threw a little shade. So let's see what Lionel has to say.
Right there. See that? And Usher and Chris Brown. See, they trying to do something new. Commodores with Earth, Wind, and Fire. We were doing that back 40 years ago. Only difference is between then and now, we didn't go to jail.
Oh my God.
Ooh,
We're fine Christian men, fine. Fine Christian men. That's right. See, we didn't have that Instagram and that TikTok and that go out and tell a lie, then go post it. What the hell was that? Let's do those see you see me.
Girl,
Right,
Shay
what is he
B.
talking about specifically?
Well, he just talking. Period. He was just saying how they, R&B and Usher on their R&B tour, and I guess they, because people are talking about it, it's conversation about it, like, oh, they bringing something new, or da 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 da. But
Oh, are they saying bringing something new?
yeah,
Really?
I guess
Mm.
they get him. Well, I can understand them saying that about Usher, but Chris Brown.
regardless of what they're saying, you're old, sir. You're 90 years old. Maybe you should be worried about the afterlife. I hate when old people do that. Like, yes, you guys did do certain things, but technology has changed, so there's more awareness. And I mean, like, you're a hater. Like, at this point, do what you're gonna do in front of them old ass people sitting in your audience and enjoying your music. Like, talk about things that y'all enjoy. I hate when elder people do this. Like, I that's when I'm with my nieces and nephews, they listen to different types of music, right? And I remember driving in the car with them. I was like, "Child, I've aged out of this," but I didn't voice it to my niece because this is the stuff that they like. Why is that important to me? So why are you on stage in front of all of these people who are probably aged out of? Do they even know how to use a damn cell phone? Like, you guys are old and decrepit. Worry about what you
Oh,
like. Why are you worried about what's going on elsewhere? Like, older people get on my nerve. We didn't have it. Well, duh, you're old, baby. You don't have it. Move on. Enjoy what you enjoy and let these young people do their thing. We know that there's nothing new under the sun. Everybody knows that. We get it. Got it. Done. Get your old ass on.
well, tell us how you really feel.
That's
Hey,
a
look
pet
at
peeve for
here.
me. I hate when older people do that. It's annoying.
You gonna leave Lionel alone. He ain't said nothing wrong.
He did. He's
He was making a
wrong.
yeah, nah, he
He a
wasn't.
hater. He a biter because ain't nobody talking about him. Like, go worry about your after. You should be worried about heading into the afterlife because that's where you headed. Go ahead.
Oh my god. Well, Chris Brown has responded, and his response was, "Damn, Unc, we love you, Pawpaw," with 4 laughing emojis. So look, he kept it cute and sweet, but yeah, I mean, I sort of agree with BB. I'm kind because as I'm getting older, right? I'm definitely not in my 70s in that, and I hope and pray to get there. But even with when I come to, I think I remember telling y'all how my cousin said he really likes being around me was because I talk to him like he's a person. So it's like, yeah, I'm like, you are a person. What do you mean by that? But I guess people around him are treating him like talking to him like children, talking down on what he likes and stuff. And I'm curious. I was like, oh, so what is this? Oh, who is this artist? Oh, okay. Like, not that I'm going to go listen to it, but I'm not putting it down in front of them. And I guess they appreciate that. But I do agree with BB that that was not done in he didn't say anything wrong, but it was just like, dang, you could that's like kitchen table talking. You do that at your concert, especially when y'all got better things to worry about, hun, like people falling out on
Um,
stage.
like he damn near did. Shit, damn.
Like,
And
you
and
got his
honestly,
plastic surgery, like, sir gone. Girl gone.
and I do think, I've seen little clips of the show, and I think, yeah, they are taking it to the raunchiest levels they can, which is, I don't know why they got to do all that, but okay, sure, if that. I guess it's not my cup of tea, but
Right,
the
like that's what I'm
the
saying.
women
Like we
love it
don't
though.
enjoy it, but we don't. I don't have to sit up and talk about it. I like you at your concert doing whatever you're doing, which I don't enjoy him. Like that's just me.
No, no, hold on now. No, Lionel, he got
I
some
don't.
that grit now.
Girl, bye. They want to be so caught up in youthful things. You look how much plastic surgery he done had to look as youthful as Chris Brown, and that ain't work. And as somebody said in the comments, we're surprised you can hear the music over your arteries hardening.
Oh
Please,
my goodness.
we good.
Well, and speaking of like people falling out at the concert, so remember we actually talked, when was it? I think the Saturday show that we did, and we learned about John Paris unfortunately falling out. Girl, they done put him in an induced coma, honey. And you all should see, I have to share here by way of TMZ. Earth, Wind, and Fire's John Paris put in induced coma after medical emergency. Mm, so let's get into it. Earth, Wind, and Fire drummer John Paris briefly woke from an induced coma and asked to leave the hospital, but doctors were forced to sedate him again after his blood pressure rose and he struggled to breathe. Doctors placed Paris in an induced coma after he arrived at the hospital from his medical emergency last week so they could provide him critical care, according to an update from a Facebook page created by Verdine White's wife, Shelley. At one point, Paris opened his eyes, looked around, and asked for his wife, musician Kathy Merrick. Once he saw her, he turned to a close friend named Eddie and joked, "Get me out of here." The emotional breakthrough brought tears, laughter, and renewed hope to those at his bedside, but it was short lived. Not long afterwards, Paris's blood pressure began climbing and he had difficulty breathing. Doctors decided to sedate him again so his body could stabilize and he could continue receiving care. Paris remains under sedation at his as his medical team monitors him and determines the safest path forward. Shelley says there have still been small encouraging moments, claiming Paris appears to show slight responses when music is played. Shelley also set up a GoFundMe to support John's family. As TMZ previously reported, Paris suffered a medical emergency before Earth, Wind, and Fire's August 6th concert with Lionel Richie at San Francisco's Chase Center. The San Francisco Fire Department told us crews responded to a cardiac incident and transported one person to a local hospital in critical condition. The concert was postponed shortly before showtime, and his supporters said his journey is far from over, and are asking fans to continue keeping him and his family in prayers. I'm just gonna see what this so the GoFundMe they have set up. Damn, these people be making some bank, honey. So it has a $75,000 goal. They have already reached $68,780 worth of donations. Ooh, oh, shout out to Eric Brewer who donated $10,000. Hey Eric. I mean, I got something else you can donate to. Hi. But yeah, congratulations. John Pierce looks good. It's a good looking man. And this must be Kathy here. Pretty.
Good looking.
I said what I said.
Oh, I didn't realize I was unmuted. Sorry.
Well, that's that on that. And we're wishing him well, sending him prayers, and hopefully they don't have to induce another coma. And they can get his blood pressure under control. Or he can get it however it works. Well, that's that on that, honey. Let's talk about Tupac. So this next article I have by way of TMZ, it pretty much says how Keefe D is not afraid of going to prison for life. However, he does understand that he's getting older in age, and maybe it may not be the best thing for him, but he's not scared. And you all should see where it says here by way of TMZ, alleged Tupac Shakur killer isn't nervous about going to prison for life. So let's get into it. Alleged Tupac Shakur killer Dwayne Keefe D. Davis is doing pretty good in jail as his murder trial kicks off in Las Vegas, and he's not nervous about going to state prison for life if he's convicted. Sources with direct knowledge tell TMZ. Keefe D's trial began Monday with jury selection after he pled not guilty to Tupac's 1996 murder. Prosecutors say Keefe plotted the murder in Vegas and produced the gun used to assassinate the rapper, but someone else fired the kill shot. In 2023, Keefe was finally arrested for Tupac's murder after years of bragging about his alleged involvement during media interviews and under police questioning, where he had immunity. Following his arrest, Keefe was transferred to the Clark County Detention Center, where he has been locked up ever since, awaiting trial. Our sources say Keefe isn't scared of prison because he's been in and out of the slammer over the years, but he still doesn't want to spend the rest of his days there. We're told Keefe recognizes that he's 64. He's an older man now. He might not fare as well as he did once he did when he was in his rough and tumble young when he was a rough and tumble young man. Sorry. Um, One source tells us prison is a dangerous place and horrible things happen there, especially when you're older. Plus, being known inside uh, as Pox Killer might not do wonders either. We're also told Keepe's family and other loved ones believe he only got into this mess because he couldn't shut his mouth, calling him an exaggerator and a bullshitter. If convicted, our sources say Keefe believes he has a path to freedom because he thinks the prosecution case is full of holes. But most of all, our sources say Keefe thinks the prosecutor should dismiss the case and offer him a full apology. Fat chance of that, girl. I, girl.
So he ran his mouth. He wrote a whatever it was, and now you're saying, "Oh, I shouldn't be going through this. People should apologize to me." I am confusion.
Yep, and said he got a go and had a ghostwriter, so you can't really take all of what I said, at full face value because I had a ghostwriter. Like he said all of that, and I'm sure people around him would say, "Yo, my nigga, you might want to hush." Like,
But
what are you doing?
I am confusion. Like, sir, maybe you should have just shut up.
Too
Like,
late
that's
then.
always an option. Shut your fat trap.
Ooh. I agree that is always an option, and not to sound ageist, but like there's a generation of people that just don't understand that you can be quiet, like they just feel that they have to speak out. They have to get it off their chest. And it's not for me to understand because I'm not of that generation. So
I love when you connect the dots. Like Lionel Richie, he could have just got on stage, performed his little whatever he was doing, and shut up. Mm-hmm.
This
Mm-hmm.
dude
With
put the whole thing in paper on paper though. Like that's worse than running your mouth. You actually
Mhm.
wrote it down and published a book. Like, dude. And
what's
this
that
book is
old
going to
saying,
be part of his
chill?
prosecution.
What's
What's the
that
old
old
saying?
saying, chill?
What?
Say it, regret it. No, say it, forget it, write it, regret it.
Oh, huh.
Oh, I never
Ringing
heard that
true.
said, but you ain't
Definitely
do it.
ringing true.
So, honey, you done wrote it down. That's why I'll say something to you at work because it's your words against mine. But I'm not gonna write it in the email because then, well, Brian, you did say this. And I cut your ass out with words, and then in the email, it's just more so facts.
Agreed. Well, speaking of Tupac, honey, let's talk about his estate. Because remember the last time we talked about how Daz Dillinger, hi Daz, how Daz sued Tupac's estate, for unpaid royalties out of all of the songs that he did. Well, the estate is actually firing back, and they're accusing Daz Dillinger of stealing. And child, this is when I tell you this is messy, and I feel like it's going to get even messier. And you also see I just shared here by way of this all hip hop exclusive. Tupac estate accuses Daz Dillinger of stealing archive worth over $1 million. So, girl, let's get into it. Daz Dillinger went to court over unpaid cash from Tupac, but the estate now says he may owe over $1 million. Amaru Entertainment recently fired back at the legendary producer slash rapper, denying his claims while alleging that Daz kept Tupac's music, handwritten lyrics, and other estate items. As All Hip Hop reported, in October 2024, demand led the estate to send Daz a 91,445 thousand. I'm sorry, $91,445.27 check. Daz wants the estate to show how much the songs have earned and to pay him any remaining share due. His claim covers more than a dozen tracks, including Ambitious as a Rider, Scandalous, Got My Mind Made Up, and I Ain't Mad at You. The new reply confirms the check came with no complete list showing how the sum was calculated. Amaru admits that it paid Daz $91,445.27 after October 18, 2024, and that it did not provide royalty statements or other other underlying documentation in connection with the payment, the filing states. The estate now points to old death row deals as proof that Daz had no right to the check to begin with. Daz knew that he was not entitled to the payments alleged herein when he demanded and accepted them. Asking Daz to return that money would be futile. Daz now owes some or all of that money to Amaru. Put simply, Amaru says Daz worked for Death Row and agreed that the label would handle his pay for Tupac's music. The estate's next claim says Daz kept one Tupac master, at least 40 studio reels, and walls of handwritten lyrics. Daz has admitted that he took and has possession of at least one Tupac Shakur master recording, at least 40 original reels of Tupac Shakur's performances, walls covered with lyrics handwritten by Tupac Shakur, and other material, all of which Amaru owns. The estate says Daz sold some items to others and claims the alleged loss exceeds $1 million. Daz played a key role in the late rapper's career by producing 5 songs for Tupac's 1996 Diamond album, All Eyes on Me. Daz made the beats for I Ain't Mad at You and Ambitious as a Rider, and rapped on Got My Mind Made Up. Their work grew through Life So Hard from the gang related soundtrack, and Homeboys, later released on Still I Rise. Amaru asked for a jury trial, leaving the court to sort out who owns the music, items, and money. Bitch, this is going to get messy, messy, messy. Child. Mm-mm. And so you see how Daz he is ready for the mess, honey, because like we follow each other on Instagram, honey. I remember one post he put up there where he took like a Uncle Sam AI generate. And by the way, stop using AI generated pictures, Daz, please. But he took an AI generated picture and with a pointing finger and said, "Who am I gonna sue next, baby?" I was out. Well, so that's that on that, honey. So we are going to follow this. We have a comment saying poor host having trouble reading today. Yes, honey. That's because when I saw your face, honey. Hmm. Anywho, so oh girl. So this next story. So if I mispronounce his name, his last name, apologies. But Gino Arima. I'm gonna say Ariema. It looks like it's supposed to be Ariema. But who he is a UConn women's basketball coach, and he was actually talking with Michael Babcock from TMZ. Mm. And he pretty much has his opinions on the conversation about trans women playing in the WNBA. So y'all should see where it says here by way of TMZ. Gino Ariema shuts down trans WNBA controversy and says it's a non-issue. So I'm just going to read these first two lines and then we'll watch the video. But Gino Ariema isn't buying the latest culture war freakout surrounding the WNBA. The legendary UConn women's basketball coach chopped it up with Babcock this week, and the Hall of Famer chalked up the trans athlete debate as a manufactured non story, insisting that there's nothing to see. And I wholeheartedly agree, but let's see what he has to say about this, and then we'll go from there.
Coach, let me ask you about this, because how could I not? Obviously, you've got this whole thing going on right now, this raging debate. Should they make rules against biological men competing? It will get into whatever the answer is to that, Coach. But do you think this is an issue in women's basketball, or is this a political kind of like football that is, sort of being used to make political points that isn't actually a fundamental issue for the game? Or is this something that has to be dealt with?
Well, not to belittle it at all, because I don't mean to, because listen, people have a right to their opinion. I get it. But why are we making a big issue over an issue that doesn't exist?
Yeah.
I don't remember reading where there's transsexual players in the WNBA. I don't remember reading where they are where we're being presented with cases
Yeah.
where this is going to happen next week. I don't see, I don't see an issue. Why are we making it an issue? Well, you made a good point. We're making it an issue because there's enough people out there that need this to be an issue for their own personal gain.
Yeah.
And I think we should talk about the players. We should talk about the teams. We should talk about the incredible young group of players that have come into the league. We should talk about how incredible some of these teams are, how attendance is up everywhere, viewership is up everywhere, price of new franchises is through the roof. Why are we talking about an issue that doesn't exist?
Yeah. Why
Cause
are
that,
we? Because he said they needed for it to be an issue.
'cause that flat ass white girl brought it up.
Woo!
That's
And
And
that too.
Wake
and
it
I think
up.
people are they don't have personalities. They don't have no writ. They don't have the things so they hitch their unpersonality ass to some type of thing so that they can be talked about and known. That girl, they already just said she's not a good basketball player. So what else does she have to do? Make an issue so that people can talk about her. Cause her game ain't got it. Just like the men who were rotated out the NBA so damn fast that their heads are spinning. And so this is a way for them to attach their names to something to be publicly known or whatever. And they're lame. And yeah, we should be talking about what's really happening because no, there is no trans women in the WNBA. Y'all are weird. There's in high school, in collegiate sports, there's not trans women out here by the boatload trying to get into sports. Y'all be fucking for real. This is this is so y'all let Donald Trump brainwash y'all and this is
playing
what
the
we're doing.
dog whistle. One of the biggest dog whistles in our nation today. Playing on that, because
Y'all
that's
let
what people rally around. You just blow any one of them dog whistles, here they come.
and here they come
That's it.
like dogs.
That's
Just
what they do. It's so sad. And when he said it's political, right? We need for this to be a problem. We need for people to hear this because they just it's what historically what they do. So I'm not shocked. But girl, moving on. I agree with Mr. RM. And why are we making this a problem? It's nothing that's occurring. So let's just move on. Let's talk
and why
about the
do we even
sports.
entertain it? And why do and just the
Right.
entertainment and just like I said the other day, what took the WNBA so long to shut this shit down? They should have shut it down the minute the first one popped up. You're not gonna try out. We're not gonna allow it. Just simmer down, sit down and shut up. They let it linger for too long, in my opinion, because
Right.
it's a moot issue. We shouldn't
I
even
could
be
even,
having this conversation.
if a trans player had tried to enter the WNBA to spark the conversation, it sparked off just one white girl's tirade against trans players, and it's like he said, it's not even an issue in the WNBA. Like what
There ain't even no
going
trans
on?
players to even make an
No.
issue. Shit.
Oh,
I don't even
baby.
know who she is, but it sounds like
That's the
somebody,
point.
as Moon said, who's trash, and they just want some people to talk about them. And unfortunately, we give them power when we keep talking about it. And it's like, just shut the fuck up, please, and thank you.
Mhm,
Please and thank
mhm.
you. And I clipped, when I clipped the WNBA statement that we talked about it yesterday, I clipped it and posted on social media, and you all should see the overwhelming amount of men in the comments that were like, "Oh, well, there's going to be a discrimination lawsuit because the WNBA can't have their cake and eat it too," or just other stupid ass shit. I'm like,
Cake
you
and eat what cake and eat? There's a whole NBA you got washed out of. I'm sorry, what?
girl.
So is this
What?
stemming from? Because I remember we talked about it maybe a week or two ago, with a guy who was posting this thing like "Let me in" or whatever.
It's
Is this
two
where this
of
is
them.
coming from?
Yes,
Mhm.
yes.
It was
Oh,
actually
okay.
two of them. Yep, who did that. Yeah, and and speaking of y'all mentioned dogs, honey, because remember just yesterday. Matter of fact, I can even show you all that because transphobic people are not okay. They're really not okay. And I want you all to see what I mean by this. I'm going to share my post that I clipped yesterday from yesterday's show. When I just said that this show, this community here, we are very supportive of transgender people, period. And we use preferred pronouns.
Yes, we
Honey,
are.
honey, let me show y'all. So I'm gonna play the clip and then I'm gonna show y'all the comments just so y'all can see I'm not bullshitting. These people are not okay. So let me get it here. So let me might have to however on my platform there we go. Oop. Now, you can call her whatever you want on your platform. However, on my platform and on my podcast, we use people preferred pronouns. Period. So whatever you want to call her on your platform is totally up to you. But don't come on my shit being disrespectful, babe, because we are pro trans rights over here. Period. Listen, you can call her whatever. So we heard there was all of what 16 seconds from that statement, baby. Look at how much engagement that it has, and even the caption I says, "Auntie Derek's daytime tea supports the transgender community. No need to tell me that you don't. Save it for your own platform." And I put that old beautiful trans flag there. Look at the people in the comments that are just salivating at the opportunity to jump on my comments and tell me that they don't like trans. Look, Auntie Derek, the jokes right themselves. Google that name, bitch, and then talk about a joke. Let's see. My question is, what's different from straight trans, right? When it, look, trying to be oppressed, preferred pronouns is a way of self-empowerment to try to force people to by guilt to go along with the delusion of some confused person. And I replied to this man and said, no, that's Christianity you're thinking of. So mental illness, yep, bigotry is indeed a mental illness. Like I'm just and I, trust me, I'm going back to reply to every last one of you fuck faces because no, I'm not the one. You're not gonna come on my platform being disrespectful. But look at them. Look at all of these comments, honey. You see over three. Well, I think this has what does it say? Look, it says here over 628 comments of people just commented at the chance to tell me that they don't support trans people. Good for fucking you. Do it on your platform. The problem is you think people want you hear your fuck ass opinions and you want to share them on other people's platforms. You're not doing that here. I've made
May I
myself
just
very
add
clear.
may I just add that this all started from someone who has a career high of 8 points per game. Okay, I just wanted to make sure that that was
And
clear
that's the
because
shade right there.
Ooh, honey, baby, did y'all
That's
house
what,
just go dark? Cause it's dark over here, baby. That was
yes.
shade. We
That's what
love
I
it,
said. I
shade.
said from the weakest links, it be the mediocre people always use deflection tools or latch on to things so that they can ascend somehow through that. And it's sad. It's sad. They don't have no game. Them two men, they got washed out of the NBA because they're not good. And Sophie's ass finna get washed out the WNBA if she don't get her game going.
You know what I hear out of all of this? Parents, tell your children when they're not good at something. It's okay. It's okay to tell your
Okay.
kids, you suck at this. Let's move on to something else. Stop coddling
Amen.
them. They were not good players. They probably should have never made it. Go follow your dreams. So
Them
matter of fact,
participation awards
dream
got these
about it.
people messed up.
That's dream about it. If you want to be good, go to sleep. Get some rest.
And
Have a
our
dream about you
asleep.
being good, but in reality, you suck and nobody wants to see it. Go find something else to do. Pick up a control pad. Do something else, honey. We don't care what it is, but you suck.
Go be one of them Christian people over there, content creators or whatever. Do that. That's probably where you'll be good at the right wing Christian content. You might make more money out of there. But Bianca came with the numbers. 8 point. Your high is 8 points, child. That's it. That's as far. That's where you cap out at 8. So that means you don't always make 8. So anything less to 0, that's where you at.
Damn. Well, that's that on that, honey. Look, hate is very profitable for some people, or they just
Mhm, mhm.
listen. But
Mediocre.
I can't wait to go back and read every last one of you bigoted bitches in my damn comments.
Mediocrity.
I can't wait.
Mediocrity.
The
It's
only reason
just
I stopped because I was up to like 3 o'clock in the morning reading you bitches, honey, and I got sleep. I was like, damn, I hate I'm getting sleepy because now I got to go sleep. Oh, honey, I'm fully rested now. And I had 2 cups of coffee. I can't wait to get back to y'all asses after this show.
Auntie will be back. You hear
I'll be
that?
back.
fresh, fresh with some fresh reading. Okay.
What that lady say in that video? Is the elephant heavy? I'll be back, babe.
There's an
Baby,
elephant
and
heavy
she asked her,
missile.
was she 70 years old? Honey, I'm not 70.
Bianca came with the 8 point. I didn't even 8 points, bitch. That's all you got. That's it. That's your contribution, and that's probably like one game, maybe two. Oh, oh, oh. I got it.
Well, while we talking about somebody with people we don't like, honey, let's go ahead and talk about Kanye West and get his ass out the way.
Ew.
And how his wife, that Bianca girl, is about to be dragged into court for his civil case. And you all should see where it says here by way of TMZ, Kanye West's wife Bianca Censori on witness list in hostile work environment case. So let's get into it. Bianca Censori may want to dust off one of the few outfits that covers her boobs because she could have to testify in open court in one of the cases filed against her husband, TMZ has learned. The wife of Kanye West is one of 22 witnesses Kanye's defense counsel has been told may be called to testify at the upcoming October trial in a hostile work environment lawsuit filed against Kanye and Yeezy over the alleged treatment of a Donda Academy security guard named Benjamin Provo. Kanye is also listed as a potential witness, as is his chief of staff, Milo Yiannopoulos. How you say the child? Now, I don't know how to say his name, but anywho, that racist, and many others. While Provo is demanding the defense produce these witnesses, there's no guarantee they'll be called to the stand. Provo is suing Kanye and Yeezy for alleged discrimination, hostile work environment, retaliation, labor code violations, and other claims, alleging Kanye and members of his management team subjected Provo and other black employees to less favorable treatment than their white counterparts. Provo claims he was given an ultimatum to either cut his hair, which he says he styled in dreadlocks for religious purposes, or he would be fired. He claims he was also directed to fight paparazzi seen taking pictures near the campus and promised by a manager he'd be bailed out if arrested. Mm, mm. And the gag is, I believe every
Well,
word in these
we
allegations.
we have people that we know that have had dealt with the same thing. He been not paying. He been a tyrant. He has been this before the breakdown. I think if we or around the same time, he's been like this.
It was
He
before the
been not paying.
breakdown,
He
for
ain't
sure.
been paying. He ain't been paying the people. That's how he operate. That's how he move. He been weird. And I wouldn't be surprised if he demands that she walk around the house butt ass naked all the time. He's not. He's weird. And I don't even like him, but I know she be counting her days like, thank God I got out of there. Unfortunately, she got saddled with all them goddamn kids, but she got out there. She got out of there.
Yep. No, he's Kanye Ben West, honey, and the stuff that we know dates back to those pre-white supremacy days. But well, I guess I should say openly white supremacy days because there was conversations about him treating black employees different than he treat the white ones, even back then.
And I
So
can't even believe he was the guy that made that first album and was talking about all that stuff. I can't even. How do you do a complete 180 from literally saying and then becoming your lyrics? Like,
Because
I,
because that's what most of us do when we get money.
ugh. And
Even
he
though he was
and
a
literally
millionaire
said
before
it.
he was what 23, 24,
He
he was a millionaire.
literally
But that's what
said it.
most of us do when we get money. We start then doing the same things to our own people
He
that they do to
literally
us
told
because now we feel like we're better. And
I
oh,
don't
I
know.
made it and now I'm not like y'all,
He
and
literally talked about it in the album verbatim and went and did the exact things. I mean, was that like a like to tell us that he was gonna do it, or like, cause like, how do you literally put it on wax? You put it in the atmosphere. We can literally play it and be like, "Oh my God, you did exactly what you said in these albums."
Mhm.
It's why I
Wow.
was never a fan. It's why I didn't care about when he was George Bush hates black people. It's why I didn't care when he was Taylor Swift and got up there and went up against her because you're a self-hating coon. You perpetuate these same things that they do to us. Nobody gives. I'm sorry. I don't give a damn about Kanye West. Never have. Never will. I wouldn't piss up his ass if his guts was on fire. Moving on.
Ooh,
That's a saying. I'd piss up his ass if his guts was on fire.
and we have a comment saying, "Oh, a la ASAP Rocky." Ooh, wake that up.
Oh
Mhm.
wait, what
That
he do?
colorist who said that light skinned women shouldn't wear, excuse me, dark skinned women shouldn't wear red lipstick. That's what he said.
I've heard that from
That's what he
somebody
said.
else. That is so weird. I need y'all to be okay. Oh goodness gracious.
Mhm. Well, remember the
In the
last time we
word,
Oh, go
oh,
ahead, bud.
I'm sorry, Auntie. In the words of Biggie from the Dead Play, you can't trust them. You can't trust them. You can't trust them.
Also, Medea said, put some hot grits on the stove.
Okay, listen, okay.
You
They're
know,
hot.
that's when Tyler was real. You know, I need Tyler. Tyler, get back to your roots. Because, see, here, because we had some good quotables from Medea. I'm sorry. Get back to what you know, sir.
Mhm. Well, honey, so remember the last time we talked about Exhibit, he was pretty much telling the world that he knew he wasn't the best husband and all this.
He was a trash
Um,
husband.
yeah, he was a trash husband. Now, I said back then, I was thinking that maybe we had some stuff that was about to come out, that maybe he was abusive or something like that. Who knows? But what he's actually trying to do now, this story is actually hilarious. You all should see. I have to share here by way of TMZ. Exhibit says he and his ex-wife have settled child support and custody issues, but he still wants like he's girl. Let me read the story because y'all gonna be like, "What, nigga? What?" Okay. Exhibit says he and his ex-wife finally excuse me, Exhibit says he and his ex-wife have finally come to an agreement on issues involving property and their child, meaning their years-long legal drama may soon be finalized. But he still got an axe to grind over how she and her lawyer handled the case, TMZ has learned. The rapper filed a document earlier this month and checked off boxes indicating he and Krista Joyner have come to an agreement regarding property issues, child custody, and visitation and child support. The former couple share a son, Gatlin, who was born in 2010. Despite reaching a deal on these issues, Exhibit also filed documents claiming he spent $1.6 million in attorney's fees and costs over the last 5 years litigating the case, which includes around $400,000 in attorney's fees he says he paid for Krista's lawyers. He claims Krista and her lawyer engaged in scorched earth tactics that delayed settlement and ran up the cost of the case. Exhibits asking a judge to hit Krista with at least $200,000 in sanctions to punish her for how she litigated the case, which he believes was an effort to wreak havoc, harass, and intimidate him. TMZ broke the story. Exhibit's wife filed for divorce way back in 2021. The two had reportedly been together for 2 decades up to that point, though they were only married for about 6 years. Fast forward to 2025, when Exhibit filed docs asking the judge to declare him legally single while the estranged couple hashed out property, custody, and other issues. The court granted his request, and now it looks like the Exhibit and Krista worked out the remaining issues to finally put the marriage behind them. He said, I don't like how your lawyer fought me. Your lawyer was really trying to fight me dirty and did scorch earth tactics. So, give me about $200,000 for that. Now I'll be cool. Really? Really?
The
I spent
audacity.
$1.4 million, which includes $400,000 for her legal fees, and they was trying to come at me. What? So you mad at the lawyer doing what they were supposed to do? Like,
The audacity is just nuts.
I
What
was
they say is cheaper to keep her.
hello.
Well, she didn't want him no more. He said he was a trash husband. So
Hmm. I'm actually curious to see how this. I'm gonna follow this because I want to see if the judge is going to side with him. Like, yeah, maybe because I can't imagine that the judge would. That's an attorney doing their job, especially in divorce court. They're supposed to go scorch earth. Like, what do you mean?
yeah, we couldn't resolve it the regular way. So yeah, we gonna tear this shit up.
He said, "Pimp my legal documents, honey." I know that's right.
Look,
Good for her and her lawyer.
Yes, indeed.
And see, he want the rest of that to come out. Whatever it is, you keep pressing, and the rest of that shit gonna come out. And then we
Mm,
really gonna know how trash you are because
yep.
a woman scoring, and now you gonna push her. Now we really finna go score starts, okay?
We'll turn around and
Just
find out his
that's
ass might have been like Big Pun, hun, and just couldn't just keep his hands to himself, allegedly. So, well, that is that on that. Aerosmith. Well, Steven Tyler, rather. Girl,
oh god, he's such an embarrassment. He's been such a fucking fuck up.
he really is. And he's really trying to get out of this out of a technicality, girl. It is crazy to me. But you also see where I've just shared here by way of TMZ. Aerosmith Steven Tyler's accuser fighting to keep abortion evidence out of court. So let's get into it. Steven Tyler is fighting his teen abuse accuser over abortion evidence in their upcoming trial, TMZ has learned. According to new legal docs obtained by TMZ, Stephen and Julia Holcomb are going back and forth over whether the jury should be able to hear about 2 abortions Julia received. Stephen asks to exclude any evidence or reference to a 1975 abortion because he says it occurred in Massachusetts after she turned 18 and doesn't have any connection to sexual conduct in California. However, Stephen says if the judge does allow talk of the 1975 abortion, which would have been his kid, he wants permission to talk about the second abortion she got in 1979 when she was pregnant with another man's child. Stephen's legal team says Julia has contended that the 1975 abortion was extremely traumatic and contributed to the emotional distress damages she is claiming in this matter. So, allowing reference to it in the case should open the door to bringing in evidence about the later abortion to put everything in context. The Aerosmith frontman says Julia has been a speaker on the anti-abortion circuit, where she spoke about her regret of undergoing an abortion generally, and not just in reference to the 1975 abortion. Tyler's lawyers insist the fact that Julia voluntarily underwent a second abortion is probative as to the emotional distress she alleges she suffered from the 1975 abortion, and because Julia admits both abortions were traumatic, provides a possible alternative cause of her alleged mental condition. The judge has yet to rule on Stephen's request. As TMZ first reported, Julia claims Stephen sexually abused her when she was a teen in the 70s. She says they began a relationship when she was just 16 years old. Stephen denies her allegations of wrongdoing. Not really. He's not really denying it. He was like, "Well, yeah, I mean, it was a 1975 abortion, and it happened in Massachusetts when she allegedly turned 18, but it wasn't in California anyway, so we don't want to include it. But if you do include it, let's go ahead and talk about that one she had in 1975 that was allegedly another man's baby." When I tell y'all this is so nasty, which is why I am like such a staunch advocate of women's rights. It's because what do you mean you trying to get out of so abortion records from back in the fucking 70s? Are you kidding me? Girl.
She say she was out here fucking. I didn't do nothing wrong.
Girl. Like,
Electric
really?
chair.
Yeah. Like, this has really soured our Aerosmith's music for me. Like, it really did. It's like,
You
sir,
enjoyed it before?
I did because they had some hits for
Oh,
real,
I'm
for real.
sorry.
I did. And as a singer, a lot, especially when you're a tenor, a lot of us tend to sing, Steven Tyler vocal parts and stuff like that. So there was a connection, but I don't know. Well, that is that on that, honey. I will continue to follow this story.
The Wi-Fi was down in my house, honey. No connection.
Oop. Well, that's that on that. And now we talk about Ray J and how it's not looking good for him on that defamation case with the Kardashians. So you all should see I have just shared here by way of hot new hip hop. Ray J takes major loss in Kim Kardashian and Kris Jenner defamation case. Well, Ray J just suffered a major setback in his ongoing legal battle with Kim Kardashian and Kris Jenner. According to All Hip Hop, a Los Angeles County Superior Court judge reportedly denied Ray J's attempt to dismiss the defamation and false light claims filed against him by the mother daughter duo. With the motion rejected, the case is currently expected to head to trial in May of 2028. The dispute stems from Ray J's public comments about Kardashian and Jenner. During an October 2025 live stream, the singer claimed the two were facing a federal racketeering investigation. He also suggested their alleged legal problems could become worse than Diddy. Ray J later argued that the remarks were exaggerated opinions rather than statements of fact. His legal team also claimed he believed the live stream had ended when he made them. However, the judge was not convinced. According to the ruling, a reasonable viewer could interpret Ray J's comments as factual allegations. The court also rejected his argument that he was unaware the live stream was still running. Ray J's attorney, Howard King, has already indicated that they plan to appeal. King argues the ruling infringes on his client's First Amendment rights to express his opinions about the Kardashians and Jenner. The legal drama comes amid another dispute tied to Ray J and Kardashian's infamous sex tape. According to TMZ, Ray J has accused Kardashian and Jenner of violating previous agreements by discussing the tape on the family's Hulu reality series. He eventually filed his own counterclaims. For now, however, Kardashian and Jenner's case has survived Ray J's attempt to shut it down early. The ruling does not determine whether Ray J actually defamed either woman. Instead, it allows their claims to move forward towards a trial, leaving both sides with plenty more legal fighting ahead. Girl, looks like I got me some content, honey, all through the 2020 AL. Well, because we know this gonna get messy. I mean, unless they settle, which I doubt they're gonna do, because Ray J is a pig-headed Capricorn. So, yeah,
With
he.
what money? Settle with what?
Ooh, touche.
Poker chips.
Touche. That look. That's probably why he trying to reconnect with Brandy, honey. Like, look, girl. Oh, we have a comment saying, "Well, at least he's still alive." Ha!
Well,
Well,
I was just about to ask that. What didn't he have some health issues going on?
he did. He was only given what 6 months to live because he had an alleged black heart. Hmm.
Child, when he said that day, I already knew that was a lie. That was a motherfucking lie. He
Well,
is a
maybe
stunt queen if I ever seen one, boy. That's all he do.
let's just hope the 6 months part was a lie.
It is, because it's been 6 months. It was 25% of my heart is only working. Oh.
Maybe the doctor meant, I don't know. But
Doctor ain't said none of that shit. He's
one
a
can only
liar.
hope.
Hmm. No matter of fact, because it won't. What I think it was his mom on Sonya. That's why everybody looking at her crazy because she was the one's like, yeah, something really did happen, and
Mm.
mhm.
Well, I told you how I felt about her, but
you
it's a bad day for mothers, so I'm just gonna hush.
you did, baby. You
Well,
clocked that so quick. You was from the very beginning. "Nah, I don't trust her either."
once I found out how they're the same. He take traits after her, and I guess Brandy got the traits after the daddy because you could
No, she
She
did.
see.
ain't no better.
She did, girl.
Oh no, she
Okay,
got the
okay,
trait that
okay.
girl. Two
I was
sides of the
trying to be
same
nice.
coin.
Okay,
Ain't no need to
Remember,
be nice. We gonna tell the truth around here.
little Monica
Trash
had
is
who you talking
trash.
to? Girl? Back when the first two, and Monica's like, "Girl, who you talking to?" It had a dot hush right in her eye. Like, wait a minute, girl, it's not that. I will beat your ass.
yeah.
Girl, please.
But yeah, we love B Rock. I'm a huge fan. Yeah, shout out to the Vocal Bible. I love that Different World theme song. I can't wait to see the show.
The vocal who?
You heard me, the Vocal Bible.
Oh, I was looking at a pamphlet.
Ooh, bitch, got me fucked up. Well, y'all, let's talk about Kim Mathers. Y'all remember Eminem's ex, who we've been talking about for quite some time, who's been arrested and can't unfortunately keep it together. You all should see. I have just shared here by way of all hip hop. And it says Eminem's ex Kim Mathers heads to jail for ankle monitor violations. And since this actually has a photo of Eminem, I'm gonna actually just share a picture of Kim, a recent picture that they took of her in court. Give me 1 second, so that way we can look at her while we talk about her. Because this story ain't about her old raggedy ass ex; it's about her. So this is Kim. This is her
Oh,
court appearance. Oh, stop! That's horrible. Ah, I'm
Call
sorry.
911. We had a jump scare. Call 911.
Ah, y'all don't at least like a "Can I speak to your supervisor" haircut? That's cute at least.
That's alcoholism.
Ooh. Yeah, girl, I think a combination of alcoholism and meth and all that, yeah, because she been through it.
She looked old, like damn girl.
I'm sorry. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm laughing. And we have a comment saying, "Sorry, I thought I was muted." Well, this starts. Eminem's ex wife, Kim Mathers, is heading to jail after a Michigan judge found she had been repeatedly breaking the rules of her release. The 51-year-old from Chesterfield Township appeared in court Thursday when prosecutors revealed the Anchor Monitor company had flagged her for violating bond conditions multiple times. Judge William H. Hackle III did not hesitate to revoke her bond and order her into custody, though he left one door open for her to walk free. Mathers had been arrested twice in 3 months on drunk driving charges, when the first incident happening back in May when she hit a parked car while impaired. Her blood alcohol content registered as 0.204, more than double the legal limit, and just days later, she caught another DUI charge. According to Click on Detroit, she had been given a $5,000 personal bond in June after turning herself in for missing three separate court hearings. The prosecution came prepared with evidence that she had failed to enter an alcohol treatment program for 2 months straight, despite her attorney claiming she had made arrangements for care. The judge's ruling gave Mathers a path forward if she commits to getting help. Hackle said she would be released from jail the moment she enters an inpatient treatment facility, meaning her freedom now depends entirely on whether she is willing to take recovery seriously. This stands in stark contrast to Eminem's own journey with addiction, where the Detroit rapper has maintained complete sobriety for nearly 2 decades. Eminem got clean in April 2008 after a near fatal overdose connected to prescription pill abuse, and he has celebrated every single year of recovery since then with sobriety coins. The rapper had been consuming up to 60 prescription pills daily before hitting rock bottom, but he chose to fight back and rebuild his life. Unlike Mathers, who has struggled to stay committed to treatment, Eminem's recovery has been unwavering and public, becoming one of his greatest personal victories. As reported by USA Today, he is now approaching 20 years clean and continues to be vocal about the importance of staying sober. Mathers' next move will determine whether she spends time behind bars or gets the chance to turn her life around in treatment. Baby, I honestly, oh my God, we have a comment saying 51 in dog years. Oh my God. I think this woman has made herself very clear. She's not interested in recovery. This is somebody who has not only has done multiple DUIs, has missed court appearances, and tried to turn herself in or whatever, like in between her busy schedule or whatever. But it, based off of what I've been seeing, honey, it ain't looking good. Oh, we have a comment saying not interested in facelifts either. Oh my God. Oh my God. Y'all are tearing this woman up, and I am living for it. I'm sorry.
I mean, what's that songwriter that y'all love so much? They're talking about no rehab, no rehab. Some people just don't want it. Let
Yeah.
let them lock them up. Do whatever you got to do. And why did they include any information about him in this story? I don't give a damn about his sobriety. Fuck him.
Because it was a dig. They said, "Oh, if he can do it, girl, you can too." Mm. And it's really fuck Eminem, honey, what he doing with it. I don't. You got me feeling sorry for the two light skinned villains out of Real Housewives of Potomac. The hell with the Eminem. I don't want to side with them, but I'm put in a position to have to.
No, you could be neutral.
Mm-mm. No, because this white man is not going to try to take over the word shady. Fuck him.
That's fine. Take it.
No,
For them, I actually hate them more than I hate him.
not on my watch.
I just wanted to give a quick preview of what she used to look like.
Mm,
That's so sad.
that's so meth and alcohol. Like, I mean, it steals your youth, it steals your looks, it steals your teeth. Like it. Mm-mm.
Well,
No, honey, that's milk straight from the cow that's been sitting on the porch.
Mm-mm. Well, that is that on that, and I will continue to follow this story. Not really, because we already, I've already, I know what's gonna happen. But if any news comes up, I will update the room.
I don't know if you saw Auntie, but they recorded her court session. So the judge, you could tell he didn't want to, but he revoked her bond and he was telling her there's rules and you don't follow them. And the two attorneys kind of go back and forth about it. Her attorney's trying to plead for her and this and that, and the other attorney is like, mm-mm, judge, she tried, she didn't. I want her to go to jail today.
Hmm. I didn't watch the clip, but yeah, I did see in the article last year they had like a what are the click to Detroit. They had the video of that court. And I ain't look at it now. I know how addiction and alcoholism works. Like I've seen it. I've been in close contact with it, and I just seen how it just tears people up. And I've also seen like what sobriety, somebody who has a sobriety journey looks like, and you can tell when somebody wants to take it seriously. So she's not that. Well, have y'all seen? We won't talk about this, but have y'all seen Clarissa Shields going back and forth with Barilla? Well, and honestly, Barilla started it. She started it, and Clarissa just kind of clapped back. But
Who?
Brorilla, so Glorilla's stud sister, Brorilla. I think her actual name is Scarface Woods. I think she goes by Scarface Woods. But the one that kept telling her, "Yeah, give me $2,500."
Oh, that.
Yes, that. Well, she said that Clarissa Shields is not a bad bitch, and some other things. Um, Clarissa responded like, "Bitch, fuck you. You not even a star. Your sister's a star. You out here asking your sister for money, and I will beat your ass." And then Barilla like replied with, well, your hands, you a boxer, so your hands are a lethal weapon. So yeah, I'm calling the police on you, bitch. Like it was so silly. But what we are going to talk about, honey, is Remy Ma. She might have a threat from Clarissa's man, honey. And you all should see I have to share here by way of all hip hop. And it says, Remy Ma might have a legal threat from Papoose. So let's get into it. Remy Ma turned a viral freestyle into a legal headache thanks to Papoose. Brother Man has allegedly demanded a new song from his ex wife to be removed from the whole internet. It is hard to believe this is still going on like this, and once upon a time they were preaching black love. The estranged couple's conflict is now in the attorney phase since Remy released WYFL, or Why You Fucking Lying. She went on to, she went at Papoose over allegations involving ghostwriting, their intimate relationship, and, of course, his love affair with boxing champion Clarissa Shields. I haven't heard it, but she's definitely going hard publicly. And that was the writer of this article saying they haven't heard it. I haven't heard it either, but anyway. Yes, Remy performed it at Angie Martinez's barbecue and it went crazy in Staten Island. Papooses legal team went to work. Attorney Shelley Albert reportedly sent a cease and desist letter dated to Remy's attorney Diane Bowman as part of the divorce proceedings between Willie Shamel Mackey, Papooses legal name, and Reminisce Mackey. The letter accused Remy of releasing a recording containing profane, insulting, and highly negative remarks about Papoose. The legal doc says this recording was intended to embarrass him to the public. Papooses' attorney demanded that the freestyle be removed from the internet. I'm not certain that is even possible at this point, but I suppose they can have the original source take it down. The attorneys for both sides have reportedly been working towards a non-disparage agreements, and Remy and Papoose cannot speak ill of each other while their divorce remains unresolved. What about afterwards? Papooses' camp also raised concerns about their young daughter they share. His attorneys argued that airing their personal conflict could potentially cause her emotional harm. There's more. Why You Fucking Lying also fired shots at Clarissa. Now, they have all been saying stuff in the media, social media, and things of that nature, but this song seems to be a tipping point. Papoose chose not to diss her back. That is a good move. The streets have not necessarily agreed with this, but because they want a bloodbath. I think it's the best way. They are hip hop's Kramer versus Kramer at this point. Who the hell wrote this article? Oh, Houston Williams. Hmm. Child. He said, you ain't gonna call me a ghostwriter and call my new boo ugly. Gone girl. They're
Well,
gonna sit.
her government name is Reminisce.
It is. She told us that back in 2007. Matter of fact, Neo said in that song, "Reminisce, I'm really feeling this." Oh, oh. You don't remember that?
Well,
Yes.
first off, it's Neo. And
Ooh,
second off, it's Remy Ma. I'll just leave that there.
bitch, not too much, baby, because her "There's Something About Remy" album was a moment. Not too much.
It must have been a fleeting moment.
And it was not.
Never heard of it. I'm good.
Oh, you heard it, bitch. I'm conceited. I got a
I
reason. You heard it,
never
bitch.
heard of it.
You heard her.
But I never knew her girl name was Reminisce. That is so funny to me, honey.
It is really
So
reminiscent.
remind me, if you can, what was their breakup about? She cheated on him, he cheated on her. What was it again?
So allegedly, she started the cheating rumors because she was allegedly cheating with Easy the Block Captain, a battle rapper out of Philly.
So she
Oh,
cheated on him with a battle rapper?
mhm.
Let me mute my mic. Thank you
Oh
for
my
that
god.
information.
Allegedly. So then that's when I told you I've kind of been vocal about Papoose and how he, because yeah, he was there when she got locked up and waited for her out of all that time. What, out of the 8 years she was locked up for shooting that girl in the stomach. But when they were on TV, when they got on Love and Hip Hop, I just didn't like the how he kept trying to pressure her to have a baby. She kept saying, "Listen, I'm fresh out of jail. I'm trying to get, my fans want new music. I want to make this new music for them and promote it. A baby is going to slow me down." And he won't trying to hear none of that. So I didn't I don't it's
Well,
just
I think it's two sides to that. Like I waited for you for 8 years. Not saying that she has to give him a baby, but there was probably something in him that wanted to be a father in those 8 years. So it's a tough thing. I remember watching that. I remember that exchange, and that part sucked 'cause I saw both sides.
Mhm.
Because she was trying to, hey, I'm fresh out. I'm trying to come back and whatever she was doing before. I don't know, but that sucked. I did like them together, and I couldn't remember why they broke up, but very interesting.
Mm-mm. When it comes to women's autonomy, I don't. You can, if you want to be a father so bad, then go get a puppy. But because only one part is going to be slowed down, just like she said. Like I'm the one that got to carry the baby for a certain period of time, got to have it, and pretty much go through. But like giving birth is what they said. It's a traumatic experience. Like it's a lot that a woman's about to go through with, and he just. Mm-mm. I just
Oh, I
know.
definitely don't deny that, right? I never step into, but the same token, just like some women want to be mothers, some men want to be fathers, and what I'm saying is I can understand for him saying like I held you down for 8 years. This is something that I possibly could have been missing because maybe if she wasn't in jail for 8 years, they would have had a child. So I just kind of got where he was coming from in that respect. But when she said no, you should have just decided on what you was gonna do then. Because, but I always believe it's the woman's body, it's their choice. Like I don't have to carry a baby for you at all.
Yeah. Yep. 'Cause I guess I don't mind the asking, like, "Hey, you looking? Let's plan for a baby." That's one thing, but he was like down her throat. "No, I really want a baby. I want a baby. I want a baby." All I kept saying 5 minutes. "Hey, you know how you want some eggs?" "No, I want a baby." Like, no.
She should have left him where he was then.
Hello, hello, ladies. That is a red flag. If he's trying to press you into having babies or marriage, baby, that's a red flag that you do not need to ignore. Halle Berry. Hmm.
Ooh.
Well, that is that on that. And what we got next, huh? Oh, girl, let's get into some messy sports ball, honey. This story is messy as hell. Well, excuse me, not this story, but this is about a breakup. Then the next story after this one is going to be messy as hell. But this is about a breakup from someone in the he used to play for the Jets. His name is Alan Lazard. Well, he just broke up from Miss Peru. And you all should see where it says here by way of TMZ, ex Jet star Alan Lazard, former Miss Peru Camila Escribans split and end engagement. And let me make sure I pronounce her name right. Escribans. That's probably how you say it. Escribans. Well,
Don't
anyway,
even try, baby.
Oh, don't you come for me. I sounded good. Don't do that, honey. They think I'm bilingual. Not too much. Anyway. Well, Alan Lazard and his fiancee Camilla Escrivens have called off their engagement and gone their separate ways, less than a year after having a baby together, TMZ has learned. Sources familiar with the situation tell TMZ the former New York Jets wide receiver and former Miss Peru have split and are no longer planning to walk down the aisle. They have an infant daughter and were told they already sent out wedding invitations. It's unclear what led to the split, but it's a major change for the former couple who got engaged in May 2025 after Allen popped the question during a romantic beach proposal in Montauk, New York. Allen got down on one knee along a candlelit path surrounded by white flowers, leading Camila to a massive heart shaped floral display featuring a neon Will You Marry Me sign. The couple announced the engagement days later on Instagram with Camila writing, on to the next chapter, and she put May 18, 25. Camila has since taken down the Instagram photo showing off her engagement ring, as well as any mention of Allen. Allen and Camila had a gender reveal in July 2025, gathering with family to announce they were having a baby. The baby was born in October 2025, so she's less than a year old. Allen still has the gender reveal post on his IG, but that's the only sign of Camilla on his page. Given the scrub social media accounts, it's starting to feel like this split was not amicable. Their relationship became public in 2024 when Camila, who was crowned Miss Peru in 2023, began posting Allen on social media and cheering him on at Jets games. Allen also raved over Camila in a 2025 Valentine's Day post ahead of their engagement, calling her his number one supporter, best friend, soul, and forever love. That post has been deleted too. We've reached out to Allen and Camila. So far, no word back. Mm-mm.
Ooh, honey. Alan, I'm here for you.
Ooh. Mm-mm. He is too light for me, honey. But yes, you go ahead and have it. Not bad looking, but just way too light skinned for my taste. But
Well, also, for you, he also isn't in a certain age bracket.
hello. Okay, have you had your prostate exams yet, boo? Mm-mm, no. Until that happens, you cannot take me. But yeah, this so I guess this is the baby reveal post that they're talking about. He looks good. This is a really nice that's him and his dad. Um yeah, it's nice looking, but just way too yellow for me, honey. But yeah, no. And look at them destroying the environment with all that pink smoke, girl. Anyway, well, I feel like this. I do feel like some mess is going to come out about this. Somebody done cheated. Somebody. Something happened. I think allegedly. But I will continue to watch.
Child.
Hmm. Now let's get into the messy story I was talking about, honey, from a guy, Orlando Brown Jr., who plays for the is this the Cincinnati Beagles, I believe. Honey, let's talk about how he
Bangles,
that
Bangles.
Bengals. They call the Bengals.
Yes, like a Bengal tiger.
Oh. Oh shit. Girl, Durham,
Did you just call them beagles?
He
I
said
sure did.
beagles, honey, and was loud and proud. The beagles. I bet you don't sound bilingual anymore.
Shut up,
Ooh,
ho.
ow!
The beagles.
Hayete ho.
Oh,
Yes,
child.
we're still bilingual, bitch. Caliente. Oh, what? How, no, I think I said caliente. That means hot. And
No,
we
you
not
said
even
Cayete. Shut up.
okay.
You told him to shut up.
Good. Yep, bilingual. Al.
I didn't know what he was telling me because I'm not, but I'm a mute.
But y'all see here where it says by way of TNZ, Cincinnati, what did I say it again? Bengals.
Bangle, like Bangles bracelets,
The
bangle, or
Bengals.
like the
Yeah.
the group Bangles. You remember Bangles?
Okay, like the walk like the Egyptian lady. Okay, so the Bengals, I
Yeah,
know
look,
them.
I had look. Let's root it in something. But if you look at his headband, you can see the orange and black, a Bengal tiger. You know.
I don't. I'm not even familiar with a Bengal tiger hunt. I just know
Ooh,
like
he
Tony the tiger.
was.
Moon, baby, just mute your mic. Go ahead, bingle.
But the Cincinnati Bengals, Orlando Brown Jr.'s ex sues for civil theft after breakup. They say he is a messy bitch and won't give her shit back, honey. This story is hilarious. So this starts. Orlando Brown Jr.'s ex-girlfriend Holly Means is taking the NFL star to court over property she claims he won't return, accusing him of acting out of anger and spite, TMZ has learned. TMZ obtained court docs filed by Holly, who claims Orlando has refused to return her belongings since their long-term relationship ended. Holly says she lived with Orlando and their two kids in his Ohio home until their June 2025 breakup, when she claims he forced her out without notice before she could collect all of her property. She said some of her belongings are now in Oklahoma and Kansas City and claims Orlando has blocked her attempts to retrieve them, including from a storage unit. In January 2026, Holly says she showed up with police to collect her property, but Orlando allegedly refused to answer the door despite knowing why she was there. Holly claims Orlando is acting out of anger and spite over their breakup and her decision to move with their children back to Oregon. She's seeking more than
Oh hell.
$25,000 in damages, return of the property, and punitive damages, claiming Orlando acted with ill will or a spirit of revenge. Orlando denies wrongdoing, claiming Holly showed up at his home unannounced after he asked her not to. He also argues she abandoned the property by leaving it behind after their split and wants the case dismissed with prejudice. Mm-mm.
Not Oregon.
I was
Mhm.
about to say the same thing, Moon, Oregon, but look at her, child,
She don't give
child.
Oregon vibes like that, but okay. She must have come out of. Never mind. Let me just.
Ooh! Look, she brought like from that side, the threshold where Washington meets. She might be from Washington. Let me stop.
Vancouver,
Child. She's a bingle.
or from Ashland or Corpus. Child, let me not. Let me not. I'm gonna stop there.
Hmm. But yeah, he said, won't even let her get her shit out of the storage, honey. Look, she left the shit behind, so tell her to leave me alone and dismiss this case with prejudice. Messy, honey. This is gonna get messy as hell. I know it.
Well, you know what? Let me.
And who do you think
Okay,
it's
next
gonna end
story.
well for? Who do you think between them two that's on this screen that's gonna end well for?
It's
Mm-hmm.
unfortunately gonna
Mm,
end well
mm.
for the lighter one. And a bit, but because like she has documents that she tried to actually do it the right way. She went over there to retrieve the property with police. He didn't want to answer the door. So I mean, yeah. Well, good luck to this Bengal, whatever it is. And I'm gonna have to look up, Bengal tiger on my own time. I didn't know there was like a a class of tigers like that. I just thought they were all one, like one band, one sound. I
No,
don't.
no,
Poor
you got
baby.
all kind of Siberian tigers. You got all kind of tigers.
Who
Poor baby.
Siberian
Like white
Oh
ones.
Lord
Yes,
have mercy. The
there's
girl?
story was
more.
funny because it's
Durham,
a
be quiet.
bingle.
Durham, be quiet.
Hello. Let's see. See, we ain't learned about all this. We don't have
Don't
those
say
kind of type of
nothing.
deals.
Don't say nothing else on this
Do not
recorded line.
incriminate yourself.
I
Do
told
not
y'all
say
what they say,
nothing
Saint
else.
Durham, Saint Durham, Saint Durham.
Back when I was a young lad in St. Durham.
Uh, Auntie Derek Nyland.
Oh, thank you.
There is a total of 9 species of tigers, Auntie.
9.
And they
Yes.
created a liger too.
A liger.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, but that's they're not counted though. But yeah,
Well, you
you
can use
have
contest clues and
Siberian, Malayan, South China tiger, Bengal tiger, which is endangered. Well, hell, all of them are really endangered, to be honest. So,
I am
um,
gay.
it was an Indo-Chinese tiger and subterranean tiger. And then
and
you have
presented without
the
context. A comment that says the entire population of Saint Durham shares one brain cell.
No, we don't. But you might be right, honey. Let me call my cousin to ask her to borrow the brain cell, honey. I got a test. Let me stop.
hold on, let me see. Oh, and there were some, I think some that are extinct now that
Mm,
are the
mm.
lighter tigers. But yeah.
If y'all weren't here,
Yeah.
honey, I would have been calling this the Bengals all day. I've never heard of a Bengal, other than the walk like the
Oh,
Egyptians or what you
Have
wear
you
in your
heard of
bracelet.
Have you heard of a saber tooth tiger?
I have heard of that. Yes.
Okay, all right.
Girl,
Well,
you know we grew up our
which is
Power Rangers.
extinct. Which is extinct now. So
correct.
okay.
He only knew that because of Power Rangers.
And did.
See?
Mastodon, pterodactyl, triceratops, saber-toothed tiger, tyrannosaurus. Shout out to the Power Rangers. Yes, honey. And notice how I didn't include that dragon. Don't nobody want to see no green or no white dragon. Get it out of here. Anyway, oh, and may he rest in peace. What was it? Jason David Frank. May he rest in peace. But that's that on that, honey. So let's talk about an influencer. I'm sure you all don't know because I don't know who this girl is. Her name is Brianna Olsen, or maybe she goes by Bree Olsen, but she's a very popular young social media influencer. Her baby daddy, honey, was arrested for attempted murder. And you all should see I've just shared here by way of TMZ. Influencer Brianna Olsen's baby daddy, Santos Salazar, arrested on attempted murder charge. So let's get into it. Influencer Brianna Olsen's baby dad, Santos Salazar, was taken into custody early Thursday morning for alleged attempted murder, TMZ has learned. According to online records, Salazar was taken into custody at approximately 12:30 a.m. and booked around 4:40 a.m. His bail was set at $1 million and he is facing a felony charge. LAPD tells TMZ Salazar was booked for attempted murder. Law enforcement sources tell TMZ LAPD responded to a domestic violence call to an address belonging to both Salazar and Olsen on Wednesday night around 9:40 p.m. We're told the suspect is the ex-boyfriend of the alleged victim, and LAPD arrested one person for attempted murder. The circumstances surrounding the case remain unclear, including what specifically led investigators to believe the attempted murder allegation, as it is an open investigation. The arrest quickly became a major topic among Olsen's followers, with speculation spreading online about what may exactly have gone down. Olsen addressed the situation during a live stream Thursday, seemingly streaming a phone call with Salazar from jail. She also indicated that the baby she and Salazar share is fine. In early 2026, the couple welcomed baby boy Sunday Ray and have shared updates surrounding his birth on social media. And TMZ says this story is still developing. So yeah,
Why do these girls all be looking the exact same? Jesus Christ. Makeup, hair,
because they all watching these
same.
influencers on YouTube how to learn their makeup, and
Lips. Lips be looking the exact. How do all these people be looking the exact same? Y'all ain't. What is that called? Stepper wives? Y'all all be looking at it. It's weird.
mhm.
I had pizza for lunch.
Oop. Speaking of Steph Wives, that made me think of, the Claire aerobics. Sugar, 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 sugar. And why do you call it Claire aerobics? Because her name is Claire. I'm sorry. Anyway, that movie
And
was so
our
funny.
girl she killed Stepper wives.
And did, honey. Honestly, her and was not Matthew Lillard, Matthew Broderick. They ate that movie up, baby. I was all in. And he was like, "Yeah, you're even better at sex than me. Don't even try to deny it." She said, "I wasn't." Baby, that movie had me cracking up. Anyway, well, let's talk about some sad things. Unfortunately, there's two people we're going to talk about who passed away at very young ages. The first one we're going to talk about is a boxer named Pritchard Cologne. Um, and you should see where it says here by way of TMZ, boxer Pritchard Cologne dead at 33 years after catastrophic brain injury. So, former boxer Pritchard Cologne, once a rising star, died after more than a decade battling the devastating effects of a traumatic brain injury suffered in the ring. He was only 33. Cologne's dad and former trainer, Richard, announced the heartbreaking news on social media, writing, "Good morning, everyone. I regret to inform you of the passing of my son, Pritchard, from this earthly world. He is now in a better place." He continued, "Thank you so much thank you for so many years of love and prayers. As much as you can, please keep us in your prayers." Cologne once one of the boxing hottest prospects. I don't know why they just beat my ass. Excuse me. The junior middleweight ripped through the ranks with an unblemished 16-0 record with 13 knockouts, and many around the sport pegged him as a future champion. Tragically, everything changed on October 17, 2015, when Pritchard fought Terrell Williams. During the controversial bout, Williams struck Colon in the back of the head numerous times before dropping the undefeated fighter twice later in the fight. Afterward, Colon became dizzy, vomited, and collapsed in the locker room before being rushed to the hospital. Doctors discovered a subdural hematoma and he was rushed into emergency surgery as docs desperately tried to relieve the swelling. Cologne spent 221 days in a coma, and when he finally woke up, he wasn't able to walk or talk. He spent the rest of his life under the near constant care of his parents. Pritchard's his exact cause of death is unclear, and may he rest in peace. My God, that's so sad, man.
No, that was one of the saddest. I mean, like, basically was like a vegetable. Like after this one fight, nuts, nuts.
That's
Very
sad.
sad.
That's
But
real sad.
221 days in a coma?
Oh yeah,
Mm,
it was
mm-mm.
amazing that he even like it's it was crazy. That's one of the like immediate like head injury from fight like craziness. It was crazy. Oh man,
My
so
goodness.
sad.
Well, condolences to his family, especially his dad. I guess his dad trained him, his dad Richard. Um,
Hmm.
I just can't imagine like the the I don't want to say guilt, but like because you
Yeah.
trained your son to do this sport that ultimately killed him. Like, uh, mm, yeah,
And I mean, even for the boxer, I'm sure the boxer who, I mean, you want to win, but I don't think he wanted to. I mean, yeah, I
yeah.
could only imagine, like, the guilt he probably feels for that. Ugh, just horrible. It was
I'm
horrible.
actually gonna do a quick Google search because his name was Terrell Williams. I'm gonna see if Terrell Williams said anything. Terrell Williams, Richard Cologne. Let me see if he says anything. I'm just searching the news. Mm-mm. I can't see any news articles that have said he might have said something on maybe one of his social media profiles. I can't see it, but yeah, that's so sad. And 33, honey. Mm. Well, that's that. And unfortunately, another person. So Tyler Duckworth from The Challenge. I'm not familiar with him, but I understand he's very popular. He's someone who lived as openly bisexual and got a lot of support. But you all should see where it says here by way of TMZ. The challenge star Tyler Duckworth found dead in overflowing bathtub. So Tyler Duckworth was found dead in an overflowing bathtub after a neighbor noticed water coming from his North Dakota apartment, TMZ has learned. Grand Forks PD tell TMZ officers responded to the challenge star's home around 11:45 a.m. Tuesday for a welfare check involving an unresponsive person. Police say a maintenance worker had gone into Tyler's unit after a neighbor reported excessive water coming from the apartment and discovered an overflowing bathtub with Tyler's body inside. We're told officers found no outward signs of trauma, including no gunshot or stab wounds, and preliminary findings showed no indication Tyler's death was a homicide. Police say the cause of death will ultimately come down to the autopsy. We're told an officer spoke with Tyler's mother during the investigation, but police were unable to verify any medical history. As TMZ reported, Tyler died Tuesday at 44. His death was initially classified as unattended, meaning no one witnessed it. Tyler was best known for his lengthy run on MTV's The Challenge, winning Cutthroat in 2010 and Rivals in 2011. He first entered the MTV universe on The Real World Key West in 2006 and later returned to the Challenge franchise for All Stars. He made his first public appearance less than 2 weeks before his death at a Challenge Mania event in Minneapolis on July 31st. May he rest in peace, only 44 years old. Mm, mm, mm. Well, that's that on that. Condolences to his family, friends, and fans. And oh, girl, this next story, honey. Brad Pitt, honey. He's saying he won't give up on his kids, honey. He won't give up, even though they want nothing to do with his ass. And it'll all even look, you can even have your raggedy ass name. I don't want it. But he's saying he is not gay. He refuses to give up, honey. You can go ahead and hang that up flat screen, honey. But you also see what I've just shared by way of this Radar Online exclusive. Brad Pitt won't give up on his kids as rejected dad continues comeback efforts. Well, this starts. Brad Pitt refuses to crumble as two more of his kids file legal notices to drop his last name, sources told Radar Online. The Hollywood actor, who's 62, privately vows to win back son Maddox Jolie Pitt and daughter Zahara Jolie Pitt, Insider said, while playing the long game in his never ending war with his ex wife Angelina Jolie. One thing about Brad that stayed constant is that he knows how lucky he's been decade after decade. Even on a bad day, it's still a lot of fun being Brad Pitt, said an insider. Besides that, he has patience, resilience, and persistence, and he's not despairing about the situation with his kids. Brad knows he'll eventually have a place in all of their lives again because he helped raise them and develop them into the people that they are today. Nobody can take that away from Brad, no matter what's going on with his legal fight with Angelina. Oldest child, Maddox Siobhan Jolie Pitt, who's 24, filed a legal petition to shed the name Pitt, while eldest daughter, Zahara Marlee Jolie Pitt, who's 21, filed a similar notice. Despite the cruel slap in the face, the Oscar winning star, who's dating 33-year-old jewelry designer Inez de Ramon, is taking a mature approach to his future with his children. Brad's really changed on his sobriety journey over the last several years, added an insider. He'll always pick up his phone if his kids need something from him, and he's not going to change that policy anytime soon. Brad and Angelina, who's 51, were married from 2014 to 2016 and have remained involved in a series of high profile legal disputes since their separation. According to sources, the actor has a different relationship with each of his kids: Maddox, Zahara, Pax, Shiloh, and twins Vivian and Knox. When the twins turned 18 on July 12th, the couple's nearly decade long custody battle formally ended. Even though all six kids and Brad have been through some tough times together, he'll always be their dad, added another source. In the end, he wants them to be as proud of him as they are of Angelina. Well, honey, I want me a billionaire husband, honey, who makes sure that me nor my family and friends have to ever struggle financially ever again in life. But we all can't just get what we want. And you, Brad, I think the kids have made themselves very clear, baby. After what done happened, after we learned what happened on that plane, they don't want shit to do with you. Talking about the phone is going to be kept by. They're not calling you. So, look, we have a comment. That's PR. Keep trying, Brad, and your PR team. Exactly. And he's releasing a new film, and they're afraid no one will watch. Yeah, I'm not watching that shit, baby. Especially again after learning what happened on that damn plane. Because I said it had to have been something egregious for all of the kids. Now, one kid would be one thing, but all of them, most of them, and I think the only one who even wants anything to do with the pit side is Pax after he went to his cousin's baby shower. The rest of them was like, nah, we cool on that. But honey, this is absolutely PR. Trying to make it see. And then talking about some how his relationship with his kids led him to break his sobriety journey. So now, oh, it's affected him so bad that it drove him to drinking again. Well, keep drinking till your fucking liver turns black, you bitch. Because you woman beating bitch, you child beating bitch. Like, fuck that, allegedly. So, yeah, to hell with that. This is absolutely PR and PR fluff. And we can see right through it. Well, that is that on that. And I have three more stories left. This next, so are you all familiar? I'm sure, and if you know who she is, you nasty. But are you familiar with Jenna Jameson? I know y'all.
I heard of her. Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard of her. Yeah, yeah. I mean,
I had
you.
Never heard of her.
um, little something something about her.
Yes, honey, look, she was at once upon a time at the top of her game, honey. Well, one thing I actually did not know because I only know of her from what she used to formerly be, which is a former, adult filmmaker. But I did not know she was a lesbian. And she was actually married to one person whose marriage was annulled, but she just actually got married again recently. And you see where it says here by way of TMZ, ex porn star Jenna Jameson gets married to Milagros Ocampo. So let's get into it. Jenna Jameson is taking another stab at marriage because the ex porn star has tied the knot with her partner, Milagros Ocampo, TMZ has learned. Jenna got hitched to Ocampo, a voice actor and author in Miami, Florida on July 25th of 2026, after they secured a marriage license several weeks earlier, according to online records. The Lovebirds began dating in March 2025, just weeks after Jenna, who is now a businesswoman, filed for divorce from her former partner, Jesse Lawless. Jenna and Jesse were married in May 2023, but they separated less than a year later in April 2024. In an annulment filing, which we'll talk more about in a minute, Jesse claimed that Jenna entered into the marriage under false pretenses, promising to be debt free, among other things. But Jesse says Jenna never disclosed she was mirrored in a $500,000 tax debt before they said their I do's. And Jesse also said Jenna pledged to stay sober, but she didn't keep her word. Let's hope things go better for Jenna on the second go round. Congrats, Jenna and Milagros. Yeah, congrats. But let's talk about this annulment, honey. In this other story I have from TMZ. And you all should see here ex porn star Jenna Jameson's marriage to Jessica Lawless annulled before fourth wedding. So it just goes into detail because yes, Jesse is alleging that Jenna got her into that marriage under false pretenses, which I found to be very interesting. So Jenna Jameson's ex, Jessica Lawless, successfully annulled their marriage roughly a year before the former porn star walked down the aisle for the fourth time, TMZ has learned. According to court documents obtained by TMZ, Jessica filed a petition to annul their marriage in 2025. Jenna failed to respond, and a judge entered a decree of annulment on April 14, 2025, restoring both women to unmarried status. Jessica initially filed for annulment in 2024, claiming Jenna entered into the marriage under false pretenses, but that case was dismissed. Jenna later filed her own divorce case, though it appears that case went nowhere. In the OG annulment filing, Jessica claimed Jenna lied about being debt free when they tied the knot in 2023. And also claimed Jenna said she was sober when, according to Jessica, she was not. As TMZ first reported, Jenna recently married Milagros Ocampo in Miami, marking her fourth trip down the aisle. So you done got married the fourth time, baby. She's just like Jackie Washington, honey. Look, she goes, I told you that marriage was annulled. Girl, that is crazy to me. And the fact that it worked, like she said, she didn't tell me about this damn $500,000 tax lien that she had, and she said she was going to stay sober. And I didn't even know the woman was a lesbian, honey. Did y'all know? Those, if you've heard of her, did you? Because I thought she was based off of her work that she was heterosexual. So
Now, why would you think that when based off most of these people's work, we know what they do behind closed doors?
touche.
Now, just because they what I do to get paid don't necessarily always match what's going on behind my door. Now you know better. Now I'm gonna get my belt.
Oh, don't threaten me with a good time.
I forgot who I was talking to that quick.
Okay. Okay. Go ahead and get that belt, boo. Let's talk, honey.
You're nasty,
Oh, thank you.
Auntie
Oh.
Jameson.
Ooh. Janet Jack me. Well, Heather Hunter, Janet Jack me, taking up the bud. Yeah. Anyway, shout out to Lil Kim. Well, girl, let's talk about Howard Stern, honey. So remember, we talked about him quite a bit, and how I think the last time we talked about him was not only did he come out victorious in that lawsuit against his ex assistant about him allegedly creating a hostile work environment. We also learned that he's going to be laying off like half of his team at Sirius XM, which I thought was, but it's business. That's business. Well, honey, let's talk about how this is not business. This is just sexism. He is allegedly giving women a different dress code than he does the men. And you all see I've just shared here by way of Radar Online. Howard Stern slammed by TV host over his insane office dress code for women and says it's out of bounds. Girl, let's get into this, honey. Howard Stern reportedly enforces a glaring double standard at his New York offices, where female staffers face a far stricter dress code than their male colleagues, Radar Online can reveal. While men can reportedly wear whatever footwear they please, women are barred from wearing sneakers and keep dressier backup shoes stashed behind their desk. Should Stern, who's 72, and other Sirius XM execs pop up in the office as a TV host called the ridiculous rules out of bounds. There is a rule that it doesn't matter what kind of footwear men wore, but the women are not allowed to wear sneakers at work, an insider claimed to the US Sun about Stern's misogynistic dress code. A second source backed up the claim, telling the outlet, I know of people that still like to keep non sneakers in case certain execs are expected in the offices. You know what? I don't have a problem with the workplace imposing those sort of dress codes, saying no sneakers, no jeans whatsoever, but you can't just apply it to one gender. I mean, come on, that is just out of bounds. Sky News Australia host Rita Panahi scoffed when reporting the story. Many staffers expected the shoe rule to change during the COVID-19 lockdowns when Stern began doing this show from his home in the Hamptons, and the well known germaphobe has continued to do so in the years since. During that time, dress codes became far more relaxed as people were forced to work from home rather than coming to offices. But as the pandemic spread got under control, mm, Stern didn't budge on his women's footwear rule. Times have changed, but also maybe don't have different rules for men and women. That's insane. The insider huffed about the double standard that the ladies on his show have more formal footwear at the ready. The outlet recalls Stern's viral 2013 PowerPoint presentation to staff, in which he berated them for not dressing to impress. I finally get the fucking publicist in here who controls about 10 to 20 acts that they were trying to get up here, the shock jock said while pacing the stage as a slide showing a sharp dressed man appearing on screen, reading, We upgrade our appearance. We finally get the artists up here and they walk into the fucking radio station and we look like some people around here look like fucking zombies from The Walking Dead, Stern raged. We look like a college radio station. We look like we have homeless people working here, Stern continued while hangering his staff. Let me tell you something. It's off-putting and scary. We've got to work on our appearance. The king of all media noted that the show was on the air at the time from Monday through Wednesday. If you're going to be walking through the halls and you're going to be seeing celebrities, you represent this radio show. He huffed while adding that if the staff look gross in their appearance, I'm just gonna tell you the fuck to go home and go get dressed for work. This continues. There are far fewer employees for Stern to boss around now after the media titan laid off more than 50 employees, roughly two-thirds of his staff. The first wave came in February, just 2 months after the aging media legend finally renewed his Sirius XM contract. In mid July, Stern canned another dozen employees ahead of his plans to cut the show back to 1 day a week starting in September. Stern has continued to tape his shows remotely from home for the most part after not returning to his New York City offices full time after the pandemic. Mhm. Girl, and I kind of know because my girls, these are some sneaker wearers up in here, honey. And I can imagine y'all if y'all were to go into work and see, because yeah, it's one thing to have a dress code. Okay, this is a business that's enforcing a dress code across the board. Cool, but no, you're saying the women have to be dressed to the nine, honey. Look like they got to go to the Met Gala. However, the men get to wear sneakers and whatever they. Mm-mm. That is crazy to me. And Stern, honey, I'm seeing a pattern. It's too many people out here, claiming, hostile work environments. Oh, we have a comment for a radio show. Exactly, girl. For a radio. But I mean, I guess if you because his problem was there were big names, there were big name producers, big name agencies that were coming to the radio station and seeing the staff. He wants the staff to look so good, cool, cool, cool. But okay, if you're going to enforce that, then do it for everybody, including the men. But you're not, based off of this story.
But and we know who it is.
Mhm.
I think sometimes we get we want to act so surprised when these people do these things, but he's shown who he is all these years. So I'm not surprised that he would make such a chauvinistic request, because this is who he is. And at some point, you have to realize you can't change people, but you can change yourself. I don't have to be in this environment. And we can't keep using the excuse of, oh, well, I need money, I need a job, and this. Well, if you know that this person is this way and you know how he is, this isn't new trash. He's always been trash. Let's just be honest. So let's stop acting so shocked that he made this policy. He's a bigot. He's disgusting. He's trash. He's everything under the sun. So I'm not shocked. And now you're downsizing 50 people. Are all 50 of them going to be women? We'll see.
Wake that up. And we have some comments saying like entertainment is not like that though. That's BS. Yeah, it's not. Entertainment is almost like casual tech, especially the creative departments, as long as they don't come in flip flops. And no, not because the flip flops look unprofessional, just because y'all don't ever get y'all feet done and that shit looks horrible and don't nobody want to see that. Well, that is that one, that honey. I agree with this. That reporter, that TV reporter, that was absolutely out of bounds, honey, if true. So. Well, and the last story I have today, honey, is getting serious for Kristen Cinema. Sinema, however you say that girl name, Kristen Sinema. Because they don't play in North Carolina about that
It's
cheating, honey.
cinema, and you had it right the first time.
Oh, it was cinema. Okay, thank you. Durham. Well, speaking of North Carolina, though, honey, that is not the place you want to get caught cheating with somebody's husband, because your ass could get sued, and it could be that. Just ask, what's that girl name? Brian, her. Anywho, I forget her name, but y'all know what I'm talking about. But you see where it says here, by way of TMZ, Kristen Cinema tells lawyers for boyfriend's ex-wife about the first time they had sex, honey. And this is another one trying to get away on the technicality. So, Kristen Cinema spilled some details about when she first had sex with her boyfriend, Matthew Amel. This while being questioned by his ex-wife's lawyers during her deposition in their ongoing legal battle, TMZ has learned. According to new legal docs obtained by TMZ, the former politician testified during her deposition that her romance with Matthew, who was married and working for her as a bodyguard, started in late May 2024 when they were in California. Kristen said, "We were staying at an Airbnb in Napa, California. We were outside. Matt kissed me. We went inside and had sex." She said under oath, this was the first time they had sex or kissed. Heather Amel's lawyer asked Kristen why her married bodyguard felt comfortable kissing her and how it happened. She answered, "He kissed me." She said they were in the backyard of an Airbnb when it happened. Heather's lawyer also brought up a text to the politician, the text that the politician sent Matthew reading, "Putting my hand on your heart. I'll see you soon. I miss you." Heather's lawyer said, "You understand, Miss Cinema, don't you, that a wife reading this might get concerned about who is sending her husband that kind of message referring to putting her hand on his heart. Can you see that?" Kristen responded, "Yes." As TMZ previously reported, Heather sued Kristen for allegedly breaking up her marriage. The suit was filed in North Carolina, one of the few states that allow a spouse to sue a third party for sleeping with their partner and breaking up a marriage. Kristen admitted she was a party to Matthew's affair, but said none of it happened in North Carolina, which she argues means the case should be tossed. In new docs, Kristen says she turned over 1,200 pages of documents to Heather, but only 4 of those pages were texts with Matthew, and only one of them was sent into North Carolina. Heather has scoffed at the claim, saying her ex and Kristen communicated on Signal, which deletes texts shortly after they are sent. The case remains ongoing. Girl, it's not looking good, honey. That text alone, bitch. That text alone is incriminating. And let me see. It doesn't look like based on this picture, there's a date. It just says yesterday and but yeah, let me and this is why the fuck y'all not using invisible text and shit like that? Like, girl, why is you look at this. I miss you. Putting my hand on your heart. I'll see you soon. And look, she said, "Are you having an affair with my husband?" I know that's right, girl. Mm-mm. And of course, I'm sure they probably did send some messages to each other, like using Signal, because it had like she said, those get deleted. And after this text, that's probably where they had most of their conversations at that or WhatsApp. Well, I don't know, child, but yeah, it's not looking good for her. Like, because I feel like they can establish a timeline that this and that, because I feel like didn't it happen to Fantasia? Like once it proved that this affair was what broke up our marriage, baby, that side piece gonna have to pay. So that's that on that, honey. Well, y'all, that was actually all the tea that I had for this fabulous Friday. So before we head out and before I wish you all a fabulous weekend, did anybody have any tea that they want to share or any tea that I might have missed? I know we talked about a lot, honey. It's been a crazy week for sure.
I don't have
I
anything.
wanted to. Oh, I'm sorry, Moon. Go ahead.
Oh, she just said she didn't have anything.
Oh.
Yeah,
I, I wanted to go back and talk through. You had asked about Terrell, and I remember him talking through years ago after that fight happened that it with Pritchard
Mhm.
Cologne, that after that fight that it changed how he viewed boxing, and that I don't think he's had any like public anything after that fight, because I could imagine, like we said, that impacted him because he was just doing what he was doing. He didn't intentionally inflict harm on that guy, but of course he received, some backlash after that. So just wanted to highlight that he did say that after that it changed his life as well. And that he had talked to his family about boxing because it's, like that man after that fight, he was never the same. So you can
Yeah.
imagine that guilt on him. Like, hell, I'm just boxing, but damn, I literally caused harm to this man, not intentionally, but it happened. So I just wanted to highlight that because we had moved to the next story after that.
Oh, thank you, boo. Thank you
You're
for that
welcome,
update.
boo.
Yeah, I just can't even imagine. Like mm, I just couldn't. Yeah. Well, y'all, as always, it was a pleasure. Thank you for taking time out of your busy day to come and sip tea with me. We will be back on Monday for another live show starting at 12:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time if you can make it. Don't forget to subscribe to a bitch. Head over to auntiederik.com, hit the big green subscribe button at the top left, and join my free mailing list. I send you daily hugs to your inbox, so don't miss out on them. And until Monday, I hope you all have a fabulous weekend.
bye
Bye.
everybody.